Hey, welcome to another week in information retrieval and transfer. This week we are going to we've been doing the last couple weeks involving searching and those Boolean operators and looking for information, verifying information on the internet, and now we're going to move into even more of that for research purposes. This week we're going to focus on citations, on plagiarism, and on using the subscription database found in the university, here our university library. I know I had you look at that a little bit previously, but we're going to do a little more extensive work with that this week so you can really see how easy, I should say, maybe it is to use and to get the citations from for your reference pages so that you get them in the right format. And we're going to talk about understanding those formats. The first thing I want you to do this week, there's a video. Actually, there's two videos. It's in two parts, and it's really cute. It's by it's called Yavapai College, and I think it was done by their either information systems department or the library. They put together this great video called what's it called? Oh yeah, Diagnosis Plagiarism, and it's just a neat way to teach people what plagiarism is and why citations are needed and why in-text citations are needed when we write research papers. So remember, the gist of this class is all about research and us knowing how to find, not necessarily do all the research, but to do the searching for those original sources that we need to uphold the findings that we come up with when we do get in and do our research. Just what you're learning in this class will be invaluable when you start searching for the review. They call it the literature review. When you're writing a dissertation, it's really long. In the research project that you'll do in methods of research class, you'll do a smaller version of that. There's always a literature review in any kind of a research article because that's the background for what we want to do. So that's what this week is all about, is finding those resources, finding those kinds of articles that work well for literature reviews, and then also for knowing how to cite those sources. And then you can take this information that you learn and transfer it on. Oh, there's the transfer part of the class. Transfer it on to your students, your faculty, because a lot of times teachers have students do research papers. But when do they get the instruction on how to do citations, on what APA or MLA style is, or the style that their teacher wants them to use for citing their sources? Do they want them to use footnotes? Do they want them to use endnotes? Do they want them to use inline citations? Is it a bibliography page? Is it a reference page? What style are we using? For this class and for this program, we mostly use APA, and APA just came out with a new version 6, which made me happy because I just bought version 5 last fall. Oh well. And so we're going to be working with the APA style. And so there's also some videos within your lessons this week dealing with APA and how it looks and how to use it and how to cite sources using APA style. So you're going to, this week, work on, I want you to watch the two segments, Diagnosis, Plagiarism, and, go find them on YouTube and bookmark them, and you can use them with your own students, because it's not like adults. It's not a bunch of talking heads like me right now. It's actual video put together, kind of a spoof. It's got a little humor in it. It's hard to take something like plagiarism and make it exciting, but they've done a pretty good job, and I think you'll like what they have to offer. Even though they talk a lot about Yavapai College, here at Yavapai College, it can be transferred. The information in the video is great for anybody. And then after you watch those videos, there are a couple others I'm going to add about APA format and style, and using APA. The very last one is actually how to format a paper for APA style, because everything has 1-inch margins, and there's a certain way you do your headings, and you're supposed to have a running header at the top of the page, and there's a certain way to do the title page when you're doing APA. And the one video I found shows you how to do that. It uses Microsoft Office, it uses 2007. So if you don't have 2007, you can do it in earlier versions of Office, of Word, but you'll just have to find, where that menu is. So I apologize for that if you don't have the brand new version of Word. I don't either, so I'd have to look around and find how to do all that in an older version, but it can be done. So just know that. So you kind of get an idea of how it works and what the margins should be, how you should set up the title page and all that stuff. Then after that, there are a couple of assignments. One has to do with citations, and you'll go out to the database in Axe. You'll find an article, and we'll talk about copying the citation and then exporting it. The other one has to do with, oh dear, now I've forgotten. Isn't that horrible? Oh, I can't remember. There's another one, and that was a subscription one. What's the other one? Oh, I remember now. It's using, that's terrible. It's using some of the different citation managers. I use one at Old Dominion in my PhD program called EndNote. You may have heard of RefWorks. There's a plugin for Firefox called Zotero. There was another one I found just the other day, an online. So we're going to do some searching for some different citation generators that help you put your citations in your paper in the correct format. So that's going to be your assignment for this week. So just know that you're working a lot with citations. We're going to talk about plagiarism, what it is, what it isn't, and keep on rolling with this idea that we're working to gather information. We're retrieving information and learning how to do that efficiently so that we can show other people how to do the same thing. So let's make this research process easy for everybody. Hope you have a great week, and holler at me if you have any questions.